And we are back in action, moving over to the AFC North now. Last year, 3 teams from this division made the postseason. A lot of people really high on that Steelers offense, the Ravens' depth as a team. The Bengals have done well and always have found their way into the postseason, although Andy Dalton winning a game is still escaping him. And then the Browns are going to be fun just because at some point you will see Johnny Manziel, guarantee it. Go around the table right now. Who do you have winning the division? Joe, I'll start with you.
Philly, if you're watching, I'm taking the Steelers. I think Big Ben went last year coming off a great season, almost 5,000 yards passing. Le'Veon Bell, arguably the number 1 running back in the league last year. He does have a 2-game suspension, but when he comes back, he's going to do his thing. I honestly believe that the toughest competition for the Steelers is going to be the Ravens. I think they might split 1-1, but the Steelers are gonna take it. The whole division is gonna be like last year, where the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers were close for the playoff race. I think it's gonna be Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, Bengals, and Browns.
Ant, how do you see this division shaking out?
I got it close, but I went with the Baltimore Ravens just because Joe Flacco, Steve Smith, Justin Forsett, and that defense and their depth altogether, I think will win them after maybe 10 games, and I think the Steelers will get maybe 9. That's why.
Now,
I only say that to Steelers because their defense is really
split?
weird.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. With, there's
do you think they're gonna split though?
Yeah, I can see a split. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think they're always close, those two. So I'll just say split.
Right.
Now, I was looking over at Ant's thing before. He has the team who I think is going to win this division ranked 4th. Because I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to win this division. Now, apparently this is an outrageous thought. And everyone...
I didn't say it was outrageous.
No. But because I've spoke about this, I was on a football fan forum, and someone said that the Bengals are going to go 0-16.
Okay. No, I didn't,
you know what I'm saying?
I actually saw predictions about the division, and it said that I think the Browns and the Bengals are going to be have the same record. I think it was 6-10.
Now, I'm going to try to put this into perspective because I just don't think enough people realize this. One quarterback situation, no one likes Andy Dalton. I get it. Andy Dalton's been to the postseason every year. Do you want to know the other 3 teams that have been to the postseason every year since Andy Dalton entered the league? Packers, Broncos, Patriots. Brady, Rodgers, Peyton, Andy Dalton. Just saying. Obviously, he's not of that elite tier. Kid gets it done. He throws the ball to A.J. Green.
Like a Flacco. When Flacco first started, he made the playoffs, 5 years straight, 4 years straight?
He throws the ball to A.J. Green. That is one of the best receivers in football.
Yes.
In my eyes, I have him as a top 5 receiver. Tyler Eifert, who missed all of last season, comes back. That gives him another throwing option.
All right, but do you think he's going to be a threat?
Tyler Eifert, I think, will definitely be a threat.
Even though he was injured last year?
Yes, because he'll be healthy now. I think Tyler Eifert is definitely going to be a threat.
All right.
You look at the running game. They have Jeremy Hill over a full season. Now, when you think about Jeremy Hill, I'm not the running backs in this division are very deep, but it is not crazy to say that Jeremy Hill might have the best year out of all the running backs. It's possible.
Better than Bell.
It could happen.
No. Not a chance.
Anything to do with the suspension?
I mean, yeah, considering that Le'Veon Bell is going to start off the season missing 2 games and that they're supposed to throw the ball a lot, especially because of how bad the defense is going to be, where a team who definitely doesn't want Andy Dalton throwing the ball 30, 40 times a game, they're going to hand the ball off a good amount. You also pair him with Giovanni Bernard, who is one of the better, second running backs on any team. He's a great weapon to have on your team. And then defensively, they might have the best defense, maybe second to the Ravens. Definitely better than the Steelers. Yeah. Definitely better than the Cleveland Browns because the Browns are horrible. Yeah. And last year they were dealing with Vontaze Burfict injured for the second half of the season, who's going to now come back. Geno Atkins last year was a little ineffective. If he has a bounce-back year, the Bengals have a very good roster. Now, I'm not saying that them winning the division means that they're going to win a playoff game, because obviously Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco in the playoffs, you trust them a lot more than Andy Dalton. But I think that people are way too down on the Bengals, and I confidently think that they're going to win this division again, because Dalton's done it year after year. Last year he would have won it if they didn't tie the Panthers. So I truly think that the Bengals are going to shock people when I don't think it should be that much of a shock.
I don't know. I have them
Okay.
third.
Yeah, I'm fourth.
Fourth?
You don't think the Ravens are going to be better than the Bengals, though?
No. I think the Steelers actually might be better than the Ravens.
Well, that's what I have. I have the Steelers winning.
I mean, I don't...
Like, what do you see in the Bengals, though? I just don't get it. Like,
balance. I see balance. I see both sides of the ball being so. When you look at the Ravens, pretty respectable defense, and yes, you have Joe Flacco and Steve Smith Sr., but the receiving core is abysmal. Rashad Perriman's yet to practice. Their tight end situation is atrocious because I believe
what do they have?
Dennis Pitt is starting on the pup, and Max Williams is I think he got hurt, and he's also looked horrible all preseason.
All right.
And you have Justin Forsett, which is great. But the receiving core, I mean, the passing game might be bad. Joe Flacco might look like a horrible quarterback this year just because of his options.
All right.
You go to the Steelers. Outstanding offense, might have the best offense in all
offense
football.
is going to be crazy. Yeah.
That defense is terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's going to be bottom 10 in the league. But when you look at the Bengals, they have a team that has a balanced offensive attack in guys like AJ.
All right, I see what you're
So,
saying.
to me, I'm going
Pretty
with
balanced out, yeah.
I'm going with a team that just has balance and doesn't have to rely on one area of
Okay.
the game.
Are you
True.
really doing that because the Ravens don't have like a good really good receiver after Steve Smith? That's literally the only reason. That's what it sounds like.
It's not the only reason
That's
because
that's what just literally what it sounds like.
Well, if you think about it, you're saying balance. Okay, Ravens have a great defense. Okay. Right? They have a good
no, yeah,
defense.
they have,
okay.
they have a good defense.
Okay, so they also have a pretty good offense, too, because they have Joe Flacco and Justin Forsett and Steve Smith.
Steve Smith is
So
really
it's
good.
it's pretty balanced as well.
But to me, it's if someone asks me whose passing attack is going to be better, Bengals or Ravens,
I think that just
Okay, but
that
who's
literally just has to do AJ
okay?
Green.
Who's another receiver?
is that not-
Receiver besides AJ Green?
Marvin Jones, who missed all of last season, is not going to come back. Who is one of those quick outside threats who
Yeah,
can
but
give him
Marvin
a rush?
Jones.
He's a talented receiver. I mean, he's not a top
I mean, he's not
receiver,
talent. I mean, I never heard of the guy before.
but
You know what I'm trying to say? It's just AJ Green on the Bengals.
he's better. He's better than the number 2 on the Ravens, and Tyler Eifert is better than whatever tight end they're starting.
Dennis Pitt is solid.
Dennis
He's not
Pitt is on
bad.
the pup. Dennis Pitt won't play earliest week 7.
Okay, that's
I'm just saying, literally, you're only describing the receiving core. That's the only reason why I feel like you're picking the
But-
Bengals.
That's how I
that's-
feel like too, though.
But that's a big deal. If I'm coming up against the Ravens,
But it's not like they have Steve Smith.
They don't have a bad receiving core either.
Yeah, no, they do. No,
And
it's
Justin
terrible.
Forsett's
As of right now, it's
a receiving threat as well.
he's. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you're going into playing the Ravens, the way your game planning is, okay,
Wash and run.
my best cornerback's got Steve Smith, and I got 6 eyes on Justin Forsett,
Okay.
and now I'm gonna make no name beat me. Look, I like Joe Flacco, but Joe
Well,
Flacco.
no name number 2 might be good. So.
But I'm trying to say, Joe Flacco's not Peyton. He's not Brady. He's not Rodgers.
won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl, clutch in the playoffs. One of the clutchest QBs we've ever seen.
I would take him over Andy Dalton in the playoffs.
100%.
I think a lot of
but
people
we're
would
not,
choose a lot of
but
quarterbacks.
that's-
I know, it's regular season, I
But
understand.
we're talking regular season.
All right, yeah.
I know.
I mean, you have your opinion.
I'm just saying, like, what are the Seahawks receiving core?
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham. Yeah, okay.
Okay, the
okay.
tight end.
He's Jimmy Graham.
What did he do last year?
He still had 10 touchdowns. He had a bad year and still had 10 touchdowns.
I'm just saying, like, the Cardinals or Rams have a better receiving core than the Seahawks.
The Cardinals and the Rams have better receiving cores. Yeah, but
I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm going to pick them over the Seahawks. Though.
but let's compare the running games. But I'm not saying that it's based on the receiving core. It's based on a bounce attack. Jeremy Hill.
He's not. I don't think he's better than Justin. Than Forsett.
A lot of people like Justin.
I like Jeremy Hill. I like Jeremy Hill.
much more than Forsett.
I'm not saying I don't like
I
Jeremy. I
kinda
just like
messed up.
Forsett better.
Kind of messed up last year. I traded Jeremy Hill in one of my leagues, and then he ended up going off.
That's because Giovanni Brown got hurt too.
Yeah,
I
didn't
understand.
know
But
he
now
was
Jeremy
there.
Hill is that. I mean, that's.
Well, now he's a starter,
Yeah.
and he's pretty.
I think that.
I like Jeremy Hill. I think he's good.
I think
I
that.
like him over Forsett though.
I'm taking. I mean, right now I'm taking Jeremy Hill over Justin Forsett. So
LSU.
I mean, and defensively, I think the two teams are very close.
Yep.
I think they're very close. They just lost Haloti Nada.
Yeah.
Haloti Nada is been the staple outside of Ray Lewis for that defense for years.
Yeah.
That's a
Solid.
big deal.
He's solid. He's solid.
That's a
What team did he
big
go to,
deal.
you know?
He replacing Dominican Stewart to the Lions.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's a big deal. That's a huge
I still
loss.
like Terrell Suggs, C.J. Mosley.
Again,
Yeah, their linebackers are.
No, I just
Will
I
Hill.
wanted
Yeah,
to be clear because I think this will happen again throughout
Ed
the
Reed's
show.
coming back.
I'm not saying that the Ravens are bad. I think the
Alright.
Ravens. I have the Bengals being in the winning that division, but I think the Ravens and Steelers will be very close to the wild card. I think.
I think it's a little crazy that he has them last.
But I think having the Bengals less is.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I having them third, I wouldn't. I'm not. I don't think that's outrageous because people like the Steelers and they like the Ravens, but worse
I'm
than
going
the
I'm going out
Browns.
on a limb.
But I mean, do you think the Browns are going to win 6 games?
I think they have a chance.
So I mean, I'm saying, is this more about the Bengals winning 4 games, or is this more about the Browns winning 7?
What about the Browns?
Browns winning 7. I mean,
the Browns winning 7. Let's
No, 6. Like,
Can we
6
see
or
who they
5.
play?
I think they have a chance to win 6, but it doesn't.
so if they win 6 and you have the Bengals under them, then the Bengals are.
Do you have the Browns beating the Jets?
I mean, we're not going to go game by game.
Do
are
you
we?
have the Browns beating the Jets though?
Absolutely not. The Jets are gonna wipe the floor with them. I think.
Okay. Do you have them beating? I mean, the Browns are playing the Titans, Raiders. They're playing the Jets.
But the Browns are playing those terrible teams because they're a terrible team themselves.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, I don't really see the Browns beating a lot of these teams here.
They might
though-
get swept by the division.
They're gonna beat the Titans. They're gonna beat the Raiders, and maybe that's it.
Are they gonna beat the Titans?
Titans are
I don't know.
awful. Oh my god.
Wait, Titans are still a team.
The Titans are definitely a team. I know people watching this show who will let you know that they're definitely a
disgustingly
team.
bad. I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry to your cousin. They're terrible.
Well, I mean, you know what? That is a good
messing
segue
with
because we have the AFC South coming up next. But before that, I just want to let everyone know that Monday, September 21st at 7 p.m., WVOX is starting a Monroe College show that yours truly will be hosting. That is going to be starting again Monday, September 21st. At 7 p.m., Monroe College Mustang Rally. Tune in your local Westchester area.
WICR.